Guys, top 4 Mythic. That's the highest we have been so far. We are doing it slowly. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and yes, we did it. We are top 4th best player in Arena in the world. I didn't dream we can go so high so quickly, and to be honest, I think we can get better next season. We have dynamic intro because the deck does not need introduction, but believe me, today's video will be worth your time. We played our best, those some most epic plays that you will ever see in Magic, in my opinion. We really try hard at every game, and each one was crazy. Those games were handpicked from over 150 matches just for your entertainment, so you have the best of the best of the best with nearly best player. we have some way to go still. So I actually took the way off at my work, so I'm at holiday editing videos, so you guys don't need to wait all the pauses, because in high mythic you might not know, but everyone just keeps tanking on every move. Like 30 seconds of inaction is normal. Don't worry, we cut all of those, so you will have like basically an action RPG right now. So we did our best, and I hope you will like all the games, because like I'm really excited to share it with you guys. And you know what, I will say this right now: thank you for support, because the fact that we went top 4th mythic in the world is only thanks to you. If not your support, guys, we would never get there. So it's actually your success bigger than mine. So thank you for that. Thank you for support, and you know, just for being here every day and having fun together, like just being a cool bro. Thank you for that. And you know what? I know if you don't like enchantment decks, it might not seem cool, but let me tell you this, I learned so much after playing those games. It actually feels like a different Magic. When you know that every play counts, every win will decide whether you rank up or not. And you might not know this, but in high ranks, like top 5, top 10, if you win 5 games in a row and you lose 1, you actually D-rank. You need to have like 80-90% win rate. So that changes your perspective. And also, if you don't like enchantment decks, even better, because after seeing this video, you will see exactly what hurts them and exactly what are the main plays that will win the game. So I think you need to know meta decks, whether you like them or not, and I think that I learned so much after playing those 150 games, and you will get the best out of this. If you appreciate all the work and, you know, editing and stuff, and, you know, the dedication to get into top mythic, and, you know, it would be absolutely glorious if you could subscribe, share, like, comment. It all helps so the video does not get buried under the algorithm. And if you feel it's worth it, that would be extremely appreciated, because that was a lot of my life, to be honest. More than I care to admit. So with that being said, let's go into the games. Thank you for watching the intro. Honestly, it was really important for me to tell you all of this. Like, we are bros in the end, so I hope you care. And let's have some fun with Top of the Magic. Guys, 77% win rate in 86 games. Look at those wins. This is all top 10 mythic basically. We won nearly like 15 games in a row except 2. Look at this stuff at the start. We were winning 20 games nearly in a row. All in top 20 mythic, top 10, top 5. That's insane. Look at this graph. Look at this graph. It's insane. And look at this. We in mirror have 78% win rate. How the hell is it possible? I think we are playing decently. Alright, so let's go further. Alright guys, bonus round. This game was insane, but this will be the most insane lethal you will ever see in your life. Legitly, we attack with everything. We show him to assign blockers. He has Catilda, he will out-heal everything, right? Nah. Easy. No lifelink, bro. Most crazy lethal you will ever see in Magic. Alright, so we are going first. Here we have pretty good opening. When you see forest and plains, it's so much easier. So we are sure that we can play our cards, and usually at some point you draw the Fairgland, and that's good enough. I started with a Weaver because first it's the only creature, so best benefit for your mana. But also it gives you possibility to start cloning enchantments. And on the mana base we are really curving out, which is super nice and very often not the case with this deck. We cannot attack with the Weaver because they want to block with the Underdog. You can see, like, we were both tanking 30 seconds about every single move because of the stakes. And they run Wedding Announcement. While it is good, it's not as explosive, so it gives you a little bit of time to set up for the rest of the game. And my plan here was to get double Weaver, because if we can cast enchantment, the circle, with both copies, we get 3 for 1, and that should be enough to swing the game, especially that he's at 14 already. Danik, yeah, Danik, the pain of lifelink. This definitely is where it gets a bit rougher. Naturalist is a nice draw, but we start to lack value. We only have few cards, so at this point I was thinking, man, I need to maximize every single card I have. Like, we need as much value as possible, because we will soon start not having cards. I expected it is possible for Make Disappear. He had 2 mana open, especially for some weird case. That's why I left 2 mana on my part. So this way, yeah, he can still counter, but at least we get basically 1 extra removal, right? And I went with Michiko on Katilda, just because we get the next trigger again next turn, and setting him to 1 HP is a big deal. But yeah, it felt super salty that he's at this 1 HP, because against this kind of deck they can play Raffine at any point, and if they play Raffine, they can lifelink up to 7 in 1 turn, and suddenly it doesn't look so great. So this is a huge decision. We have Michiko. This is the last trigger because it's chapter 2. We can copy it 3 times on 1 creature, but look at his mana. Esper mana, white mana, and whatever mana. It can be the Emperor. And we basically are behind on the board except Katilda. Katilda is the last thing that can win us the game right now. So I decided to split the damage for Naturalis and Katilda, because for this turn I did expect Emperor. I think we played against this guy before, and I knew he has Emperor in the deck. It's also part of the standard build, I believe. And yeah, I went with Naturalist just to buff it. So because if we went all in on Katilda with 3 Michiko triggers and they play Emperor, we have nothing. We absolutely lose the game, and that sucks. So it turned out that he had Otawara, so maybe he never had the Emperor, but at this point I was super bamboozled. Like, does he have Emperor on top of Otawara? And then, like, this turn I attack and what? Like, it's everything awkward for me at this point. So we need to make sure that Katilda is on the board, and every Weaver helps, because every single top deck removal will absolutely destroy his board, and it also buffs all the other enchantments. So for example, Naturalis is a 5/5. The problem is that Shordat is a 5/6 thanks to Anthem effect, like the Wedding Announcement. So that is a harsh one, because we cannot pressure him. Katilda is the only thing, and at this point I wasn't sure if this guy is so super smart that he knows I play around Emperor, sorry, and he just decided to always keep up 4 mana when I can attack with Katilda. Because if we attack with only Katilda and he Emperors, that's absolute blowout and we probably lose the game. And I decided to go all in, because like after counting the damage, it seems that even if he blocks 4 and removes 1, we still kill him. But I did not expect Interceptor. I absolutely did not expect this card. And that's a problem, because it is huge. It has a lifelink, so 5 damage that he will heal already. And that was not part of my calculation. That was definitely not part of my calculation. So at this point I thought, man, I don't know how to play against this guy. Like, he has so many different 4-drops, and as you can see he was at -6, but the lifelink is absolutely perfect. So yeah, I missed the Kami, that's for sure, but you know, it doesn't have haste, so probably game will be over at some way before Kami starts attacking, especially we need to pump it somehow. However, it buffs Katilda to 5/5. So right now Danik is a huge deal, because we don't care about the damage, but the fact that he's going back to 7 already from -6, And this, like, I was not happy about this draw. I was actually so mad because we are like step for step against our opponent every single turn, so close, and when you draw a land and that's it, you are starting to fall behind rapidly. And I knew I need to do something. So our opponent had he had one good blocker, and I think I calculated that this will kill him, but of course again he had a removal, which is super bad because I'm kinda all-inning right now. I decided that, you know, we can probably kill him, and this 2 HP means that he will survive, and for sure that being on 2 HP is not a big deal, because as long as you don't get damage for 1-2 turns, you can absolutely heal. And there comes the Danik, and he's again at 7. Like, that was so hard to deal with. He has only 2 mana this turn. We have Katilda, the backside, and right now it's a tricky one. So I decided to just go with the borrowed time. I will probably copy it, I think. That's what I would do right now. So I will definitely go for sure that. But no, Danik, because Danik is basically the last problem, right? We are at 40 damage, 40 life, so we don't care about his tokens. They can just keep attacking us. But Danik, especially that Danik has a backside, right? So even if we kill it somehow, it comes back, it's annoying, it draws cards, it has flying, like all the bad stuff. And in this setup, we make sure, man, like this guy, he's down to 1 card. You can see that I'm not happy about double Make Disappear, double Infernal Grasp, but to be fair, well, like they have something, right? So yeah, that was super rough right now at this point. Katilda backside is the big deal, because if he does not have a removal, no Emperor, he has only 2 last cards. If he can miss this one moment, we can kill him again. But he's always hanging on this last attack, and he always has something. And this was like, oh my god. Yeah, I looked exactly like this dragon right now. It was so frustrating that he always has this 1 card to answer our last attacker, because like I'm borderline on like all-inning right now since few turns, and every time he is able to parry the last hit. So at this point I thought, man, the game is slipping away. Like, I have 2 power on the board and he's attacking for 10, and he still has Raffine as a blocker. So that is really bad. Like, we are slowly falling extremely behind. So Communing with Spirits is a great draw. Oh man, but I wanted something like Mishiko to just push the final damage. I did not get it. So at this point, even if I play the dog, I have 3 mana left, so that's not enough. So the decision was super hard. So we went for Raffine, and we played Borrow Time because it can hit 4-drop. So Ertai of course has bad stats for his cost, but he's still a 4 mana cost creature, so Circle of Confinement won't hit it. So again, we eliminated the biggest threats from our opponent. And also don't forget, their deck does play like those lands that give protection and then the destructible, so every legendary creature is much better than in the other decks. So we need to remember it, that, you know, you probably prefer to get rid of legendaries first. And yeah, now we are trying to rebuild our board. I decided that I absolutely have 1 more turn before I die, so it means that I just want to draw as many cards as possible. And Mishiko together with Kami seems like a chance to sneak this final damage. Like, Trample is the biggest deal on earth with Mishiko, especially that we want to cast Circle of Confinement anyway, to just remove some blockers, so we will also get another enchantment for Mishiko. And this is very bad decision in my opinion, because he does not kill us. Though so some blocks are forced, the leftover is 13 damage, so we need to block something else as well. But at this point he's at 5. With no blockers. Is it? No blockers? Or maybe? Yeah, I remember this one. He had Danik as well with lifelink. That was so much. But we can remove Danik. This is his last blocker. He's at 5. And yeah, at this point I knew that I think I have lethal if I play it right. So I was tanking for a long time on this play, but we can remove Danik. Then we have a 2-2 attacker, but we have enough enchantments, right? We have 5 enchantments. Mishiko will be the 6th one, so we should attack for something like 8. I don't have better plays, so, and he's tapped out, so make disappear is not a problem. So I just decided if he has like cut down or whatever, let's just make sure that we at least have the board. But we are actually attacking for perfect 7 damage because he never left a single blocker. That was one of the closest game of the series. Alright. This is very weird hand, but we'll keep it. We have Dock and we have quite a lot of cardo. We can start very explosively. Man, I need to make notes, I don't remember what he played. We just played a moment ago. Anything that's not around, I will take it. Hi, bro. Both in the grind. I think he was playing Gruul. Some weird Gruul, if I recall. We'll see. Dock is a really good start. We can start making, plays. And this will pump the thing, and the thing will attack, and stuff will go crazy good for us. I'm sure of it. So, this is probably a removal, right? And that's fine. He will definitely not change his gameplay because of 1 extra damage. So, if that's the play, like, it will die. And that's absolutely fine. This is just a good card for the matchup. You cannot do anything about it. Problem is that we have all the... Okay, let's not get more removal. So we have Weaver. He unfortunately sees it, so if he has removal, he will prepare it. Alright. Okay, I have deja vu for this game. Alright, so we definitely have options now. I really think a Ganjo is a thing. But let's think if we want to double spell. That's probably the most important question. If I let him cycle, we have 1 more turn. Yeah, this is a good play. He's also tapped out, so it means that we have full value. We also get Weaver of Harmony into the battlefield, which is a huge deal. We also get increased damage this turn. Basically, everything goes much better. Making 2 plays is so much better than making 1 play. It will still be super hard, man. Like, he's having so many cards. And already 4 mana. Henrika, sure. And he's the Grid Lord. The actual Grid Lord. You know that Shorted is coming, isn't it? Like, the next play, it will be Shorted. It will be Shorted. This is 4 mana play. We need to kill her. We need to kill her. If that's Shorted, we just try to make it work somehow. And he knew about it, so it won't surprise him. I think that we are playing exactly into the Shorted. But what can you do? Let's hit him for 2, just for the consolation prize, I guess. No, don't do it. Don't. I don't want... No. Okay. Like, this is the least threatening of stuff. Land? Really, bro? Like, I love to trade lands. Like, this is the only thing I have the most. He doesn't know that we are getting flooded every game. I mean... If we play Catilda... It's pretty good, right? We can get rid of this and attack for 4, or play Catilda and get much better deal. I like better deals. Because right now we are not pressuring enough damage, and he doesn't know about our hand that it's stacked with removal. It's actually not bad. It seems scary, but it's actually pretty decent. Because we have this, which doesn't really do anything. So that was his best play in the deck. Oh boy, you really think we care? You really think we care? It will be plains this time. Don't worry, we will get flooded. Don't you worry, bro. Alright, so... Do we go for double Mishiko? For each enchantment. 1, 2, 3. It will be 9 damage. Not this turn, not yet. This will be so much better. I think he might have another Invoke Despair, but if that's the case, it's fine. It's 6 damage. Now he needs to play something super strong, and then we can borrow time it, and if it cannot block Catilda, this doesn't matter. He needs something better. This doesn't matter. Oh, it does matter because of the flying. Smart, smart. That's a good deal. Okay, we'll try to kill you this way. That's a decent draw. I don't know what the card was, but he wasted it, and I'm not clicking anything before this resolves. I think, I don't know, it was Harvester and Launch, I think. We are really closing the end somehow. Not great. You need some... No! Not again! Don't you even dare cast Henrika. Okay. Okay, it's much better. I think we win. Man, if that was another witness into another Henrika, I would actually... I would lose my mind. Yeah, we won. We decline for sure.
Plead for mercy.
Alright. And all we need to do is maximize the damage. And that's what we do. We deal damage. Smirk! Yes! I am clapping to myself. That's the state of mind that I'm in right now. We won the game, no rank improvement. Alright, so we have double green. It means that we don't have white mana, which is extremely important for us. I hope to draw it. We did not. We have commune with spirits, so we can kinda fix it, but it's definitely not optimal. All of our cards are white in the hand. Basically, even Naturalis needs white to be played and to accelerate us. So I decided that we are on the draw with basically a mana screw, so I want to trade creatures. And at this point I decided I need to waste one of the turns to just get white mana, and I got even more mana screwed. So we don't have lands and we don't have white lands. We cannot play anything except Weaver. So this is why I took Weaver, just to start playing something. And then when we finally draw some white mana before maybe we die, we can at least try to make the game all. But we got double mana screwed in this game, and that was absolutely brutal because I needed to win this one. So our opponent is down to one card, but with Wedding Announcement, that's kinda big deal. We cannot block this one, we don't want to trade, and we are still not drawing lands. At this point I was just... oh my god, what can I do? So I decided that my only out is just playing into a lot of Weavers, drawing planes at some point, and then starting to clear the board, because our opponent has little cards, so there's high chance he won't be able to, you know, block everything. I was offered to trade. 1 for 1 is okay. I want to trade everything because I have more cards in my hand, just I cannot use them. The magic style. And unfortunately the Anthem kicks in, and that's a big deal. So another, and finally, after I don't know how many turns, we finally started the gameplay. So we are insanely behind at this point, but we have way more value than our opponent. So if we can slow it down, and with lifelink, that's a big deal. I basically gambled here because, like, I have no choice. I need to play into his removal. If he had Borrow Time or Circle, he could just copy and destroy our own board, our whole board. But with one card, the chance for it is not so high. So I decided to just go for it, and it really paid out. And suddenly, we can start doubling all our cards. So I think the Circle here can be the best. I think I have chosen the Circle because first we get the counters on Lifelinker, which is already super great, and we can start getting rid of those Weavers, which means that our opponent cannot do the same play anymore. He could until this turn, but now we get the value advantage, and we get it rapidly. So usually when you have Lifelinker, you get more HP by not attacking, because not only you lifelink but also block one of the creatures. So as long as you have something to block, it's just better to go this way. And that was a big turn, because, like, to be honest, maybe I should not block, but I was a bit scared of dying, and I thought that even if we lose this one creature, we have enough value to just keep going for, further. And if you want to clone the borrowed time, we cannot play the dock anymore. So I decided to go for the dock, especially that we have Michiko, like we can draw white land, so that would be perfect. But yeah, that was a little bit of gamble. We got the land, and just like this, I decided that I have one more turn. Our opponent just has tokens, right? So we can chump block something with the dock or Kami, and we are at 7. So, and if he attacks, we get the lifelink, because we can block the small token. And as you can see, he did not even attack, which probably was a mistake. And now we can start playing. This is the full synergy that we are starting to get. We can play all into all Kamis that grow every single turn. Michiko on the lifelinker. This one hit will stabilize the rest of the game for us. So we were playing until this point, and we know our opponent is playing enchantment, and one of the big weakness of this deck is they don't have instants to interact. It means that if you go all in on one creature, they cannot answer it in any way. And even though the damage doesn't go through because of the tokens, look at the HP. Suddenly we have more cards in the board, more HP, and basically more value because of the Weaver. So our borrowed time is an absolute banger here. And that was even really good draw. We didn't need it to win, I think, but it definitely helps, because like Circle of Confinement means we can go 2 for 1 and suddenly we can start attacking with everything, or at least a lot of cards, because simply if he wants to trade 2 for 1, sure, like then it means he has no board. So at this point, like, he's getting into worse and worse situation. And I want to remind you guys, this is the game when we got mana screwed in 2 ways, not only mana screwed but also color screwed. And look at this, like I felt really good. So he blocked the small trampler. I think that was some good domination move, because he shows that he knows about the trample, so it doesn't matter to block 14/14, but he still wanted to block. Probably not good decision as well, but it wouldn't change anything. And yeah, he got Circle, but he never got the Weaver doubling, and this is what won us the game, because we just got so much more value. And yeah, stop 7. Alright. Man, it feels that we are 6th time in a row on the draw, honestly. And I will take this hand. We have good 2 drops, but we need... Oh my god, this will be a mono black. Not sure what type of mono black. Naturalis is really good draw. It has to be borrowed time, right? It has to be, because if they play mono black, it means they play Shortlet as well, and we need to answer Shortlet or we lose the game. Especially on the draw, like you don't have enough tempo to just outpace them. And I mean, this will be scary. They might use the Concealing Curtains. Maybe we just go for the Weaver, but then they discard the Circle of Confinement and we don't really get much value. We need to get this one turn when he wants to flip the curtains to start accelerating. He really wants to get rid of the time, but what he doesn't know is that our hand is full of this stuff. And he will just cycle it for a different card. That might be a lot. To be fair, it's a removal. Okay, we take the damage with dignity, because we will recover. Oh boy, we will recover, don't you worry. Weaver is really important. So the question is, can I go... What is the next drop? Shortlet. Shortlet will be... The fact that he was really eager to discard the time means that maybe he had something that would die to this time. So I guess it's Spirited Companion. And see what we hit. Woof woof. Of course, whenever you aren't sure what you will hit, you will hit a land. I need to play for a Ganjas. It's basically a free card removal. I think for Michiko we should be a bit more careful. We don't have value. We really need to start doubling it. And with lifelink we should not be pressed for the damage. Shorted will be a huge problem. I just hope it's not shorted. It sucks, but it's still better than shorted, in all honesty. I mean, it's starting to be worse than shorted at this point. Alright, we're at 11. Third land in a row. Man, if we keep drawing lands, we will not win any game. Oh man, that's so annoying. So it has to be circle, right? We need to get rid of the underdog. I bet this is just a land from the top and invoke the spare. And we will get absolutely destroyed. So let's play Michiko, just for the creature. It's not really for the buff, because it's very, very minor, but you know what? At 9 HP it might matter, and with a Ganjo we might do something. Well, this is kinda strong. It's not the best draw, but it's still a decent draw. I'm not sure, man. We are not drawing what we need. We are not drawing what we need. We have so many good cards, but this is not it. So he kills us nearly. He will attack with everything. That will be 8 damage. You know what? There is a chance that it might do it. Zombies cannot... Oh, that was bad. I showed what I have. I hope he didn't see it. Man, I talk too much. I don't focus on the game enough. Yep. Alright, which one? The Menace. The Menace is much more threatening. 1-1. It cannot get any closer. Just don't cast you know what. Just pass the turn like a decent person. I'm passing turn all the time. You need to learn from the best. Oh my god, that's so bad. I'm super happy they always think that I have something that is not... Oh my god. How can I win games if all I have are lands? Every card would be better than this. It's a 5-5, it's a force block. Michiko will die for free simply because we did not draw anything. That's so irritating. He's at 1. Every creature would win us the game. Alright. I thought this will die for some reason. He didn't cast it with Blitz. Oh my god. He didn't cast it with Blitz. We have one more chance, guys. One shot. One opportunity. Catilda! All he needed to do is cast it with Blitz. I have no idea why he didn't. We are definitely playing this. And we pray for no Invoke Despair and no direct hit. He's playing different version. He might not have the Okiba, you know, enchantment guys. So we cannot attack. Guys, all the support please. I need this one draw not to be great. Oh my god, he messed it up. He needed Blitz and he would win the game already. We should not win this one. Alright, so this is a decent hand just because we have all the mana. This 4 forest was a bit too much. We already have more mana than we need until the rest of the game, so I'm a bit scared about getting flooded. And having a 1-drop is always great. We don't have a lot of value like on the enchantment side, but we can definitely start playing all the small creatures that will benefit from playing the enchantment. At this point it seemed that he has something, and I decided to just go for the damage to hopefully bait something, but to be honest, at this Mythic nobody takes the bait, especially for 1 damage. So we kinda don't get the value, but it's still the correct move. And right now, I remember this guy, I think, like he's playing typical Gruul, but yeah, his removal was a bit weird. He uses tail swipe, and unfortunately that hurts because he basically got a very good trade. He doesn't have a lot of removal like this, so at this point I decided to attack because my creature is worse than his. His creature scales much better, and it gives counters, stuff like this, and he wants to be the aggressor because we can lifelink later, so he needs to go for the tempo kinda, and of course he didn't take the trade. Cemetery Prowler was something I did not expect, but as you can see he gets the priority on the growth. We have good removal, we have Kami, so at this point, look at my hand, it's not a lot of value. This is why I'm playing like this, without, like, we didn't go for the removal, just because I want a lot of big creatures and I need them fast basically. 4/4. I was thinking about this attack for a while, but in the end I decided it's worth it. Like, there is a high chance we can just smork him somehow. With 3 Kamis you have a lot of damage with trample. This means, especially if you have removal, it means that their calculation how much they can tank is usually off, because they include one more creature that they won't really have. So then they need to incorporate also your removal, and most of the players either don't or they just go risky and think, well, then you win. So you need to play around it. The Mishiko is not great, but at least it gives us some enchantment and it will be a creature. Commune with Spirit is incredibly important. I kinda hoped for something better, but Weaver is at least enchantment, and if we can save the Weaver for 1 turn, it means that borrowed time can be doubled, and I've seen this as my chance to get back into the game, because we are not out of the game, but we are definitely like on a little bit of a back foot, because our opponent has 4 cards, we have 1, and we are kinda even on the board. Maybe we have a little bit advantage, but it won't be for 4 cards, you know? So I wanted to get rid of the Prowler, but his mana is open, so I was kinda suspicious what's exactly going on. And Tamio safekeeping was really brutal. It means that our Kami dies, our second Kami dies, and he can exile one of them. He also gets the discount, and a 5/6, I mean, that's a problem. So at this point, borrowed time was my out, my absolute out. And like, it looks super scary at this point. Look at the board, we are not having any chance, but borrowed time. It means that, and oh man, I was so mad at this draw. I needed something better, and in the end we got a plane. So borrowed time was our last chance basically to just go for it, and we can of course get rid of the biggest creatures. So the Defiler must go. It's such a scary card, especially on such wide board. And the Prowler, just mostly because of the stats, like it was 5/6 I believe, right? We go for the Smork because that makes us hopefully next turn be able to threaten him. Probably not kill, or at least maybe not kill, but at least we can force some blocks. And when you get into this part of the game in enchantments, that you can force your opponent to block because he dies otherwise, you start getting value every turn. So even if he top decks, it's great. Tail swipe, well, I did not like this as well, but it means that, yeah, do we kill him? It's 1 damage with trample and 2 damage, so we kinda kill him, right? But he has 1 open mana, it's always a bit scary. He sacrificed land, so he cannot even play 3-drop next turn. Guys, and this is it. We were top 4th and we won a game, and we are top 4th. Man, that was so close to being top 3, but we did it. We did it.